going to talk a little bit about resolving concerns. And, you know, that can stop a lot of new distributors in their tracks when they, you know, people raise objections and concerns. But really, you know, objections and concerns are a beautiful opportunity to actually help someone figure out what it is they're asking. Like their questions, they just want to be listened to, right? So when you have an objection or concern, I actually think it's kind of cool when people, you know, it's those that ask the questions that actually seem to be the ones that are mostly interested in learning more about LifeVantage or our products or the opportunity. So in your blueprint book, by the way, there's a whole section on page 27 raising objections and concerns. And I'm just going to go off the blueprint because that's really what we do. I just did a training with a bunch of my new distributors a little while ago, and we talked a little bit about this one, right? The Cliff Notes version of the blueprint, which is so powerful. If you don't have it, download it off One Person Big Difference Facebook page. You can download this. And I think this is a huge tool to get your new team members started right away, because on the back, it has our calls that are not in the actual blueprint. And by no means is this a replacement, because there is so much powerful information in this book. And I just want to say, this is my original blueprint. This is my original blueprint book. And it's taped together with duct tape. And it has lots and lots of names. This is my Bible. It was my Bible. And it's not much different than what we have today, okay? The follow-up, the concerns. So basically, when someone has objections, it's really about, it's either I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, is this MLM, or is the market saturated, right? I would probably think those are the main key things when people are raising objections. So let's talk a little bit about each and every one of those. So when someone says, I don't have enough time, and everybody says that, I totally understand how you feel, you know, and I felt that same way. And what I found is that you can actually work this business in the nooks and crannies of, well, do you recommend things when you like something to your friends? You have conversations with people. What are they about? I mean, think about it. What do people talk about? They talk about health. They talk about money. They talk about not having enough time. So here's something you can say, what if you could, you know, do this little part-time thing on the side while you're working your full-time job? Because most of our people, most of our team actually works full-time jobs. And then over 3 to 5 years, maybe 3 to 7 years, depends on the person, they can actually replace, if that's what they want, this residual income business with their full-time job and not work as many hours. What if I could show you a way like that? Would that, you know, what if I could introduce you to somebody who's done that? That's another thing is, you know, weaving in that third-party validation and say, oh my gosh, you should meet my friend so-and-so who's done this in 3 to 5 years and was working a full-time job, and then actually saw what this could do and kind of get her off that hamster wheel of life. So that's kind of one of the things. So, you know, when people say, I don't, you know, if you don't, you know something, like when someone says they don't, they have an objection, a concern, I do like the feel, felt, found, but I will say, don't make it sound rehearsed or script. Oh, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. What I found was, you know, that doesn't sound very legitimate. It doesn't sound authentic. And I think it lacks a lot of integrity. But I do think that if you're serious about it, you know what, I really understand how you feel because I felt the same way when I was doing blah, 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 blah. You know, what I found is that I could actually change my life if I hunkered down and I did this, and I have been able to do it. You know, fake it till you make it, you guys. I'm building a multi-million-dollar business, or I can remember forever saying I am building, you know, $1 million a year industry from my home. Now I can say I've built $1 million a year industry from my home. And I can't believe I've said that, but that's just concerns, but getting actually especially if you're new, getting somebody else on to help resolve those concerns. You know what? That's a great question. Let me show you, because I know this girl who was actually working full time and she was able to weave this in. And right now she's been able to supplement her, full-time job or even her part-time job, or create a beautiful part-time income stream while doing her full-time job. That's leveraged income. That's actually an asset-based business. That's actually something that is going to help them with their retirement, as they move on in their life. So those are some of the things I would say about time, is validate their time concern, but also show them that this is something they can do in the nooks and crannies of their life. So, I can see how you feel that way. I felt the same way, or if you don't know how that feels about, we'll get to that with MLM. I'll get to that one. Money. Okay. Money's an issue. Sometimes money is an issue with somebody that, I don't have the money to get involved. Oh my gosh. You know what I found here, I get it, because I didn't either. And I actually had to put this on a credit card to get started, which is true. And what I found is I took massive action and I got my return on investment in the first 4 to 6 weeks. And so we paid off the credit card, and then I had these products for free, and I started blessing people with this good health. So ended up getting not only my products for free, but started to create some residual income. So, people use money as an excuse, you guys. And yes, I'm sure people are struggling. I mean, we all have struggled with money issues. But when people have a burning desire to change their life and they see this, like I saw it. And I went, oh my gosh, I can change our family's life. Clinton Boyles saw this, Pro 9 Clinton Boyles, who had nothing, who lost everything in his home, his job. He had every reason in the world to say, I don't have enough money to get in. And he made that obstacle be the reason why he did this business. And he's had one obstacle after another. I think it took him 9 months before he found his first distributor. You know why? Because he had to grow himself. And that's what this business also does, is helps us grow ourselves. And if you lean on your mentor for third-party validation, it will help you grow yourself a lot faster and read those books. So you don't have the money, I understand. I'm sure we all can personalize that one, right? But what I found is this was an opportunity I was never going to get again, that was going to change our family's life forever. And for really this small investment to own a multi-million-dollar business with no overhead, virtually no overhead, because really our overhead is just getting product. I was like, oh my gosh, I can really do this over 3 to 5 years if I plug into the system. That's what we have here. Okay, is this MLM? Well, yes, it is. What do you know about that? Seriously. Okay, yes, it is. What do you know about that? Oh, God, forget it. I can't stand that. Really? Well, tell me about that. Why? Ask questions. That's the biggest thing. When people raise objections and concerns, give it back to them with a question. Why do you say that? What do you know? Get to know them and their issues and their problems and what's holding them back. So dig, right? Ask one question after the next question, and the next question, because you will see there'll be so many things that will reveal themselves, and they will probably answer their own objection from that. Seriously. So in resolving concerns, it's a beautiful opportunity actually to ask more questions, get to know them, and connect more, and find out what you can do to help them. And that's what we have our hands on, is really how we can help other people, right? How we can help other people, because it's really not about us. So once you can make that transition, like really feel that shift of vibration in your body where it's all about that other person, things open up and unlock, just like Nerf 2, right? It'll open up and unlock, and it'll take care of what it needs to take care of. So practice, right? And you can even say, you know what? I know this isn't for you, but I need to practice. So, bring it on. I need to practice so I'm better at building my business. And, you know, because if it's not for you, you know, maybe you know somebody else. So that's another thing. When you do find these people who have concerns and objections, you know, also always weave in somewhere along the line when you're getting ready to end the conversation, because you always want to have a follow-up way. You always want to have a way to follow up with them. Who do you know? Who do you know that sees this opportunity? And then what else do we have? So MLM is, you know, I do want to talk about this a little bit more, because I had never done network marketing before. I don't like to use those sharing this. I just call it people-to-people distribution or intelligent distribution. I do come out sometimes and say network marketing, as I did this weekend. I was around a whole host of people that asked me what I did. So, you know, I said I help people, you know, build residual income through a company publicly traded that has a breakthrough technology. So the MLM question, when people ask, so I gave you a little bit of what that is, but also I do say, you know, I've never done network marketing before, but what I found is this is the most beautiful business model in the entire world. And I don't know what happened with you and your situation. I'm really sorry about that. But what I did is I locked arms with people that were highly successful, that were making 6 figures a month to 6 figures a year and beyond. And I stopped listening to the people that never did anything about it or who didn't make it work because they didn't understand the system. It's a system. So then that brings me to the timing issue. And then I'm going to turn over to Joanne. Saturated. Is this a saturated market? Oh my gosh. Absolutely not. We are like in the basement, you all. We are in the basement, not even on the ground floor of this company. So say, you know what, I understand that. And maybe they joined a company that's already a multi-billion-dollar company or billion-dollar and beyond. But this company is just at the basement level. And we are, you know, locking arms with people to help build this global distribution network. So it's your posture. And I'm doing this. I am doing this. Let them know you are doing this with or without them. And that's a huge part of this, you guys, is your posture and your passion. And I think I have a little bit of that. Sometimes I have to sit on my hands because I have too much of it sometimes. But have passion. Fake it till you make it. Have some posture. And just let people know you are going to do this with or without them. And you understand that it might not be for them, but timing is everything. And the timing with this is something they should take a serious look at. Because in network marketing, it's all about timing. In real estate or other business, it's about, or in real estate, it's about location, right? But in business, it's about timing. That's the same thing in network marketing. It's a viable business model. I actually have a couple pictures that I Googled of Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. And you can Google it and you can find, you know, Steve Jobs quote on network marketing. Save that, put it in your library, in your phone, your iPhone, that I can flip off pictures right away from True Science to any of our products, right? And also some business tips. And I say, what does this say? He's talking about, you know, if I had to do it all over again, I build a network marketing business. You know, so I let people know. I try to validate by having other people smarter than me validate as well. So timing is everything. We are here at the basement level. Yes, I understand if you were to join an Amway today, or if you were to join a Mary Kay today, they're multi-billion-dollar companies. You're going to be working really hard to get, you know, a little bit of money. But when you can get in on the ground floor and we have an 80%, you know, we haven't even ridden the wave. We haven't gotten on that we're on the surfboard, but we haven't, you know, taken that wave and ridden that wave. I hope I'm saying that right. It's been a long weekend. Then, you know, that's what you're looking at is timing. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Joanne.